Hello, my wonderful Capricorns. Welcome or welcome back to Vovo Drag Tarot. I, of course, am Joni Vovo, a drag performer based in Sydney's Inner West in Sydney, Australia. And this is a general reading for the Capricorn. Capricorn? Yeah, Capricorn Collective. So, if Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising, this reading's for you. Also, it is a general reading, so just take what messages resonate and leave anything else for any of the other Capricorns watching on. Today, I'll be using a Raider. Oh, I always spoonerize this. Raider White, Rider Waite. Raider White, Rider Waite. You know what I mean. Using a Rider-Waite deck, and I'll be using a Celtic cross to look at your current situation, the challenge you might be facing, some general advice, and a potential outcome. And I do say potential outcome because you are your own person. You have your own sovereignty and autonomy. So make your own choices about your own life using your head, heart, and intuition. So just use this as a chance for you to have a bit more clarity and insight about your situation. Also, I'd love to hear, where are you dialing in from? Where are you watching? I know a lot of my viewers are from the States. I, of course, am here in Australia. So let me know in the comments below, where are you watching from? I was going to say something else, but I forgot. It'll come to me. Oh, yeah, if you'd love to support what I do, hit like, hit subscribe. You can also get a personal reading. If you go to the description box below, there's a link there. Otherwise, follow me on Instagram. Yeah, that's about it. All right, there's one more shuffle. All right, are we ready to go? Also, my Katazuki's here. Puss. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Where were we? Okay, are you ready? Here we go. Okay. So you're coming out of hermit mode, basically. So you've probably spent a bit of time out. Whether you took a break, took a holiday, just decided to bed rot for a weekend, you actively took a step back from life, regular life, whatever it is, work, social commitments, doing the laundry, whatever it was, you decided to take a step back from life and use it as a chance for you to really reflect on what you're doing and why you're doing it. That's great. We all need to do that from time to time. But it looks like you're at the tail end of that. So I'm here wondering, what wonderful things did you learn during that time? Maybe you learned more about what your values are, what's important to you. Maybe your values have shifted and you've come to some conclusions that you want to change different things in your life. Awesome, amazing. I'll stop speculating and we'll draw some more cards and see what emerges. Love it, love it. So that's kind of interesting. So before you went into hermit mode, you're living your best life, right? So yeah, perhaps everything's in order. You've got a job, this wonderful job. You're earning money. You've got you love where you live. Great group of friends around you. Just everything's in abundance, and you're living life large, right? But something about that sparked you to go into hermit mode, right? So maybe if you did like just an audit of your life, you could probably tick a lot of boxes and say, yeah, did that well. Yeah, did that well. Yeah, did that well. But maybe after you completed that list, you decided, but something's missing. Everything seems right. Everything on paper looks good, but there's something missing. What's missing? So you took time out. So what did you learn? What did you discover? What was missing? Well, whatever it was, it's causing you a lot of distress. Um, maybe you did everything you were supposed to do. Maybe you got the job that, like, maybe it ticked all the societal boxes. It was prestigious. It had a great title. It earned lots of money. Maybe where you live, it ticks all the boxes. Maybe it's in a great suburb. Maybe it's, a wonderful house. Like, maybe a lot of the abundance you've been doing or boxes you've been ticking are expectations outside of you. And you thought, all right, if I do all these things, then I'll win at life. But then you realized you may have, maybe other people, could look at your life and be like, well done, friends, family, parents. But you realized you achieved a bunch of other people's values and goals, and they weren't your values and goals. Again, look good on paper, but it perhaps you didn't necessarily find it that fulfilling or meaningful, which is causing you a bit of distress. You're like, but I did everything I was meant to do. I did. I followed the career path. I earned the money. I worked hard. I did what I was meant to do. But it's not me. It's not fulfilling. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? So you spent some time out. I was reading this reversal that it meant you're coming out of it. Maybe some of you are, but maybe some of you are stuck here, stuck in hermit mode. It'll be different for each of you, so take what resonates. But yeah, this time out for introspection and reflection it almost seems like you were forced into it. Like, you worked hard. You're like, my life is great. My life is great. And then you're like, oh no, it's not great. And I don't know why. Oh, Capricorns. Okay. Well, you're an earth sign. So you work hard. You work bloody hard. And you're also, a visionary. You're a pioneer. So you've worked pretty hard. Let's keep going. Ooh. So again, we start here with Pentacles. Pentacle is all about the physical world and working hard and the 3D world and, what am I trying to say? Yeah, just the 3D world and the reality of life that we have to walk through. And again, you've done everything practically, ticked all the boxes, but there's going to be some new inspiration that comes in that you're going to find a lot more emotionally fulfilling. It seems like whilst you've been out in hermit mode, some of this deep diving you've been doing is to figure out, well, what will I find emotionally fulfilling? What's going to spark joy in me? What's important to me? What do I really want to do? Because I would love to do it. I would absolutely love to do that. Even though I might not look from the outside, people might look at and think, oh, what are they doing? That's not quite right. But for you, it might be really fulfilling, regardless of what anyone else thinks or says. Yeah, and because this new direction you're going to go in is going to be based on your heart and what you feel passionate about and would fill you with, deep emotional fulfillment, you're going to have to come out of the headspace. You can't rationalize your way out of this. You can write up your pros and cons list, and it's not going to give you the answer you want or need. It's again, it's not about ticking boxes. It's not about doing the right thing. It's not about achieving other people's expectations. It's all going to come back to what's going to lift your heart. What's going to To quote Marie Kondo, what's going to spark joy? Sorry, so lame. Okay. What did I say? Capricorns, you work hard? It's time to stop working hard. To use another horrible expression. Don't work harder, work smarter. No, that's not it at all. You're not going to be able to brute force your way through this. You're not going to be able to, like, you probably got to the 9 of Pentacles by you put in all the hard yards. You did the overtime. You really put in a lot of effort to get there, even though it left you feeling a bit distressed and unfulfilled. The new way forward isn't going to be about working really, 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 really hard. It's going to be about having openness to where your heart leads you. Interesting. So we've got 2 pages here. Page of Cups is a new offer coming in. Page of Swords. Well, let's just say both pages are the juniors of the deck. So they're very much in a learning position where, whereas the king is large and in charge, the pages know that they don't know everything. They know that they haven't had heaps of life experience, that there's still new experiences out there for them to enter, to learn, to grow from. And I think by entering your heart space, opening yourself up to new and different directions that are heart-based, it's also going to completely change the way that you see things. It's probably going to change your worldview and your world perspective. And, we started back at the start that perhaps a lot of the choices you've been making and values that you've been living out of haven't been your own. They've perhaps been of the world, of family, of parents, external things that you were like, okay, I'm being told this is important, I'm being told that's important, I'm being told this is important, so I'll make these choices because it aligns with these values that I've taken on, and I'll use those values to guide my life. Scrap that. What's your heart telling you? And then what does that tell you about the world and your values and how to see things and how to navigate? So, it's almost like you've been in your head for a while, and it's not about just like pushing that part of you aside and throwing it out. It's almost like you're going to enter your heart space, hear what it has to say, and then it's going to direct and guide and restructure and realign your thoughts and your headspace, which is great, because if you've been in great distress and you're wanting to come out of that, having a new way of seeing and thinking, it's going to free you of this and move you away from that. Start with the heart, move to the head. It's almost like you're starting over. I know that's a hard thing to hear, particularly when you've worked so hard and to where you've gotten. But, I don't think that's necessarily going to be lost or will go to waste. I think it's more, you've probably run the course of that life, that chapter. It's great. Time for a new chapter. A new way of seeing, a new way of thinking, a new way of navigating life. That's beautiful. That's wonderful. All right. What card am I up to? I've lost track. Just give me a second. Oh, yeah, there we go. Cool. Back on track. Oh. So there's an interesting one. So this card has come in the external factors position, and it's Temperance upside down. So I'm going to say that you know, I've already said you've worked really hard and you've tried very hard to bring everything into balance. But you know, you're distressed and feel like everything's out of alignment because it doesn't align with who you are and what's important to you. So this came in upside down. I'm dare going to say it might be time for you to let go of the need for everything to be in equilibrium and balance, because this equilibrium and balance that you're achieving is these external values. They're not your values. So let it go, let it fall apart, let your life have a little bit of chaos. You know, as you let go of old structures, old beliefs, old values, let your life just change radically. If people view it from the outside and it doesn't make sense to them, so what? This is about a deep restructuring of your inner world, which is then going to have the flow and effect to your outer world. Let it fall apart, let it morph, let it change, let it be amorphous, let it be dynamic. Stop feeling like you need to have everything in the right place and everything in balance and everything structured. Let it go. Let it be a mess. Let it be a playful, wonderful, adventurous, amorphous mess. Because that'll free you up to, you know, to allow everything to fall back into place, but in a way that's in alignment with you. Yeah, so for your hopes and fears, it's very much for you about community, friends, family, parents, work. And perhaps you're worried that if you let go of the wheel and just radically allow your life to shift and change so that things can become in alignment with your own heart, perhaps you're worried it's going to cause a bit of chaos and disconnection with the people around you. And the thing is, it may. If you start living by your own values and other people don't understand it, then, you know, they have the choice to be curious, or they can choose to, I don't know, be judgmental, disconnect, whatever. But I would say if you're doing all this hard work to keep everything in balance, to keep all the people around you happy, and it's making you miserable, then it's not worth it. Let things fall apart. Stop working so hard. Know what's your values and what's important to you. Follow the prompts of your heart. And then allow what emerges to emerge. And the people that will be in alignment with your new life are the people that are meant to be there in your life. And that's really hard to hear. Like, loosening your grip. We all like control. We all like to hold tightly onto things. If you loosen your control, allow people to come, allow people to go, it's still going to move everything back into better alignment with who you are and what's important to you. So, yeah, that's a tough one. All right, last card. Ooh. So I think while you're going through this process of being open to your heart's desire and allowing things to be fluid and change, there's a possibility that you could lean too far into it and take it to the extreme and just like throw off everything, follow every prompt and desire of your heart, and be really reckless. And the thing is, I don't think that's what you're being asked to do. Like, pages are really gentle. Like, you know, this person here is just like innocently and wonderfully peering into their heart, into their cup, and seeing what emerges. And it's very gentle and it's very open. So I would say you're not being asked to be hard on your sleeve, reckless, act without thinking. Not at all. Not at all. Like I said back here, we've got the 2 pages. Page of Cups and Page of Swords. Look inward, see what emerges, and then have a think about that changes your worldview and your values. This is a beautiful, wonderful balance of starting over. Love it. Love it. All right, Capricorn, that was a very interesting reading. I don't think I've had one like that before. I hope it was helpful. I know it was a bit vague, but let's just have a quick look at the bottom of the deck. All right, I'll just say that for a time, you might feel a bit shaken. You might feel a bit out of your element. You might feel a bit out of control. But I know you were very concerned about your connections with people and community. But like I said, if you're living out of your own values and what's important to you, it's going to lead you to the right people. Okay? Okay. I'm going to leave it there. All right, Capricorn, let me know how that resonated. Ask questions, give me feedback. Hit like, hit subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you next time, my loves. Bye.